Can you hear us, Ian?
Hi, Thomas. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
I promised to ask about the game in a minute, but first of all, before the game started, there was reports from Italy that Romelu Lukaku has said that he wants to join Chelsea and that his team should accept a bid from you if it's a good enough bid. So, are you going to be chasing and getting Romelu Lukaku?
I will not talk about players who don't play in my squad, and Romelu Lukaku is a fantastic player, but he's a player from Inter, and it's with all the respect, I will not talk about him and the situation.
But he wants to come and play for your squad.
Everybody wants to come, hopefully. Everybody, well, a lot of players, not everybody, unfortunately. Can imagine that a lot of players want to come and join, but like I said, we don't comment on that.
I mean, good game tonight. You paraded the trophy beforehand, fans back inside the bridge, but ultimately, I felt like it was a game you should have won.
Yeah, we should have. We did. I'm very happy with the first 60 minutes. We started very well. The game was very intense. You could feel the impact of spectators. It did not feel like a friendly match at all. For the first 25 minutes, then the game has a little drop in intensity, I think, and then the last 15 minutes with every ball win from N'Golo Kante was another chance to accelerate the game. So this was the main part, and then we did very, very well in this. We had active ball recoveries. We created good chances. We had good control of the ball, good defending spirit. So for 60 minutes, I was very happy. Then we had a lot of changes, and unfortunately, two big individual mistakes. And the opponent Tottenham was very efficient to take it and to use them and take away a draw. But it's not about it's always also about the result. But I think there's obvious reasons today, and there are a lot of positive things for us to learn from this match.
I'm going to go to Nizar.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask you about Trevoah Chalobah. He played really well today. You gave him 80 minutes. Is he a player you're looking at for next season with a chance to be promoted into the team? And did you see him play against PSG last season? He played really well.
Yeah, we know him, of course, from Lorient, and Chalo did very well in the preseason, and we wanted to continue with the back three. So there was some space in the back until Suma and Tony arrived, and now there was one space left, and it's with the arrival of Thiago and Andreas Christensen and Risi and Aspi. There's a huge concurrence for him, but he did very, very well in both games now, and within his potential and within his limits. Was nice to see, and was a good match. I agree.
It's going to go to Adam next.
Hi, Thomas. You mentioned, obviously, you made a lot of changes around the 60-minute mark. One of those players that came on was Tino Anjorin. He seems to be having a bit of a different pathway to a lot of Chelsea youngsters because he's been with your squad for a long time now. Yeah. What do you make of his progress, and what do you sort of envisage for him this season? Is he going to be staying around with you?
I'm a bit sad because he trained so well for us in the last half a year. And the race for top four was on, and then there were so many decisive matches every 3 days. So there was not actually the moment to try stuff with young players, but he showed his quality in every training. So when the season ended, we both agreed that he stays for preseason, and he will get his minutes that he deserves and to show. And unfortunately, what happened before the first friendly starts, Tino was the guy to catch the COVID virus and was tested positive and really suffered for 10, 12 days. And you could see it today. It was now the first time that he could be back on the pitch, and it was quite a lot for him to start with 30 minutes. So he was very, very unlucky without having any fault for the situation or any responsibility. So honestly, I cannot really judge him. What I saw today in 5-10 minutes of his start was very promising again. He's confident, he's strong, he's creative. He scores a lot of goals and assists a lot of goals in training for us. But can I say I wished we would have had the possibility to see him against Peterborough, against Bournemouth, against Arsenal, that he can really make a statement. Now the season more or less starts again, and he suffers a bit without having any responsibility for it. So situation is maybe a bit unchanged for him. The most important is now that he gets fit, because he had some trouble today to adapt to the intensity. He still struggles from his illness, and first of all, we need to be very careful about it.
I'm going to move on to Sam.
Evening, Thomas. Can you hear me? Good stuff. Can I just ask about Ross Barkley, please? Obviously, wasn't in the squad tonight. Was that through injury, or was that simply a non-selection issue?
Yeah, it was a non-selection. After the Arsenal game, we wrote all names down on the sheet, because Sunday was the match against Arsenal, and Monday came the group back of players from England, from Italy, from Brazil. So we wrote all names down and had to acknowledge that we have 42 players in the building, which was simply not possible. So from there on, we had to take some decisions to provide also quality and intelligent training for the three groups who belong to us naturally since half a year, and at the same time to select players whom we want to know better. Ross had his chance to play one half against Arsenal. Now and the same with Danny Drinkwater. We had the impression that Ruben deserves to be on the pitch again today after the Arsenal game, and we wanted to give Bakayoko the chance to play for the first time against us, because otherwise, it's maybe unfair to judge them, because we don't know them very well, but at least everybody should have had the chance to show up in a game, and that's why it was a matter of selection. We played some friendlies before, Bournemouth and even Peterborough, with Ross Barkley and Denny, so we have a clear picture of the two guys, and we wanted to have Baka today on the field to see what he's capable of doing.
A few more. Going to go Gary Cottrell first, then Matt Dunn. So Gary.
Hello, Thomas.
Hi.
If the board offered you Romelu Lukaku, would you say no?
Yeah, also good question to come around the corner. No, the board is not offering players. That's not the way how it works so far. We're talking with the board about players and have our opinions, and the scouting is included. And in the end, we target players who could be, in our opinion, could make our squad stronger, which is quite a challenge to find. And we don't only talk about talent, but also about attitude, because we have a strong squad. And there are some players of which we think that they could be a good target and a good add-ons and a good improvement in our squad. I will not comment on any names because I don't like if other coaches would speak about my players. So you hopefully understand that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Thomas. Can I just check though, the performance today and certain matches last season, you do accept you need a top class striker to help make the difference and bridge the gap to City?
Well, I think like with the exit from Olivier Giroud, from a type of players, we could use a player who's used to play with the back towards the goal, whose strength is like to keep maybe possession out of long balls, that we can add this direct style of play also to our portfolio. And this is a characteristic of player that we like. It's not Timo, it's not Tammy, it's not Kai. So this is a profile that we don't have in the squad and could be useful, but not for any cost, and not for not in hectic and not in panic, because no matter what happens, we will be competitive, and we have trust in our guys, and we have trust that we can still develop. We have still young players in the offensive part of the game, from whom we demand that they need to improve, and we are relaxed and very well aware of our situation at the same time.
Okay, cheers, guys. We'll leave it there.
Thanks.